How you doing? We're back live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from now on. And today we're going to be dealing with something that I get a lot. Like, people ask this question a lot of how I come up with my binder designs, how binder collecting works. So I just kind of want to break down my binder, and I want to talk about how I'm going to plan going forward, because I've been burnt out recently, and I feel like the best way to get out of a burnout in the Pokemon community, everyone's burnt out right now, but a good way to stop it is to change your goals. Riley, how you doing? Johnny, welcome to the stream. We're gonna wait for some people to get in before we get started. I was meant to look up how I get chat on the screen like a proper streamer, but I forgot to do that. So that'll be on the stream next video. But as you can see right here, I have my binder here all set up. I'm going to go through it all with you. And then I have this website right here, which is, I've only just found it. I'm going to test it out. Basically, you can design a binder on this. Usually, I used Canva. I made my own template for it, and then I have to copy and paste cards into it. So we're going to try this one out, which I think should be good. Hopefully, we're gonna see, and if it is, then I know to recommend it in the future. Tara, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. People in here, let me know in the chat. Are you binder collectors, or are you more how do you collect Pokemon cards? Because this stream is gonna be very binder collector base, because I feel like it's the best way to collect Pokemon cards. Binder collector. I really do think it's the best way. Like, I think you're gonna get the most out of the hobby if you can set your goals through binder collecting. Now there's master setting. I know that's very popular. If you're new to Pokemon cards, I would not master set. You love doing the theme pages. That is the way to collect, in my opinion, is to make themed pages of Pokemon that you care about or artwork that you care about. And then you can go to shows, or you can go to your local card shops, or you can go to my Vinted if you want to, and purchase the cards that you want rather than ripping. That's the best way to save money in the hobby for sure. And I just find it the most rewarding. It's like I'm setting my own goals, and I want to collect these cards. Otherwise, the whole community can be too big. There's so much you can collect in Pokemon cards. If you narrow it down to what you want, I think that's good. For sure, the reason why I chose binder collecting is that it gives me the feeling of it makes me feel like I'm building a collection, compared to I enjoy the grading card process. I've only done it one time with Ace. You can use my code DAVS, get 5% off. I enjoyed the process of it, but it was a process that I used to make money, if that makes sense. Like, I might grade my favorite cards. Like, I kept the Charizard Ace from the video because that's one of my favorite cards. It's my first time grading, and I was like, I want to keep a souvenir from that. But I wouldn't go around collecting everything like a PSA 10 or an Ace 10. It just feels silly to me. Unless you're well off, you have a lot of money, do what you want then. You know, it's your collection at the end of the day. Do what makes you happy. But it's important to figure out those goals. I had some people yesterday that said they were very new to collecting. They haven't even bought their first cards. And I would say that when you're getting into it, I think binder collecting, purchasing cards that you are passionate about, and doing the research on cards as well, I think it's super important. If you just turn up at a card show with a random budget and you're just like, I don't know really what I'm going to get, I'm just going to buy the cards that I like, and then you put them in your binder or whatever, it just doesn't make sense to me. Don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but yeah. Okay, let's swap over to this camera. It's a bit shaky because I'm trying to get a desk mount soon, but I don't have one just yet. So I'm going to do a nice updated review of my binder, and then we're going to design some new pages. Because like I said, I've been burnt out recently. Summer slowdown is here. Everyone's outside enjoying their life rather than collecting Pokemon cards. Completely fair enough. As someone who really enjoys Pokemon cards and wants to stay motivated even when the market isn't up, I think it's important to set new goals and get excited about your goals. So that's what we're going to do in this video. This is going to be very in-depth. Usually when I do it on a video, I'm like very snappy about it. And I try and... let me make my camera small. But I'm going to be going in-depth about every page and why it's set up in that way. Is that good? That's good enough. You can see each page. There we go. So this is my first page. Very straightforward. I think Endgame is not going to look anything like this. It's going to be very Sinnoh starter based, which is why I have the 3 Sinnoh starters. I love these, like this card art. I love the illustration collection cards. So those front and center. I have the only Infernape IR top middle. Infernape, my favorite Pokemon, and then my favorite Lucario IR. Lucario has become my second favorite Pokemon. And then just around it, I have some Japanese exclusive cards because I think they're really sick. I think Infernape has the best cards in Japanese exclusive specifically. I think his English cards aren't that nice, but I did my research and I was like, okay, I found some really cool cards. The Lucario bottom right, another Japanese exclusive. There's another one. Let me pull it up that I want to get here. It's just I haven't found it ever. This card right here. That's the one I want bottom left in my binder. For now, it's a Riolu because I haven't been able to find this, and it's also like £150. But I think this is the coolest. Imagine a swirl where the aura ball thingy is. That's gonna look sick. This is called Folklore's Lucario. If you want to find it, it's probably my favorite Lucario card. I want to pick this up, but again, I haven't found it yet. So yeah, this is my front page for now. Again, it's going to be changing. I want my binder to tell more of a story in the future. But for now, it's just a lot of cards that I like a lot that I've put in, if that makes sense. For example, the next one is this, I have a red and black page, which I really like. I had a XY Charizard here that I've replaced because I don't like it as much as I did. And it's part of the... moving forward and setting my new goals is that I wasn't in love with that Charizard, and there's other cards that I want much more, so I'm selling those cards so I can buy bigger cards. I'm trying to like my collection is very diversified. I just picked up what I liked, and yeah, I'm trying to really like choose the ones that I'm in love with from now on. So this Charizard XY card I think is really cool, but I decided I'm gonna sell that so that I can get a card for the next page, which I'll get into. But yeah, I got some red and black cards. These are also Pokemon that I find cool. I feel like artwork does a lot, but if it's not of a Pokemon you like, I don't like it as much, if that makes sense. So I like all these Pokemon on this page. We have a Typhlosion, my second favorite starter. We have this Blood Moon Ursaluna, which I think is really, really cool. This Blaziken, again, really cool. Ceruledge, one of my favorite Pokemon yet again, and the artwork is sick. This Charizard VMAX. On the other page I have the rest of the Charizards from the Sword and Shield promos, which I feel are the best Charizard artworks. And if they weren't promos, they would be ridiculously expensive. What's my opinions on buying cards online? Like, if you can't find a card you really like out in the wild, would you go on eBay? I would if I wasn't making content around buying cards. For me, collecting and making content goes hand in hand, so I don't like buying cards off camera. Because it's like I want my journey to be on camera, because that's my job ultimately. That's like the downside of making content around Pokemon cards, is that if I just buy a card on eBay that's hard to find at a card show, I can get that card easier, but I'm not going to get the content out of it, which ultimately funds my collection. Like, my collection is funded by the money I make from the videos. Going forward, if I can make my business more streamlined, then I'll probably end up buying more cards off camera. But for now, where all my money is made through buyer POVs and stuff like that, like, if I take away that part of the content, it doesn't make sense to me. But if I wasn't making content, for sure I would be buying a lot of cards. But I also do like the journey of trying to find cards at a card show. I think it makes it more fun than just going on eBay and finding a good one. Although, like the Folklore's Lucario showed you, you can't even find a good copy of that on eBay. You know what I mean? So there are, and then the Infernape Level X, haven't found a clean copy of that. I've been looking for almost 2 years now. It's stuff like that. But yeah, this Scizor card, by the way, Scizor is a popular Pokemon. Why this card isn't more expensive, I don't know. It's going up in price, but I picked this card up for like £6, and it stayed £6 for over a year. It's a ridiculously cool card art, popular Pokemon. I'm not an investor streamer, but if I was, I would say pick up that Scizor. The Auror's Lucario series. I think I did see that one. Am I making a video of this? Yes, but I'm making a second channel for this sort of content. I'm going to be streaming every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Editing up what I'm doing these streams, making videos out of them, basically. Because I don't want to just keep... Because my main channel right now is just big videos, and I don't always have a big video to post. That's why I haven't posted the last 2 weeks, and so I want to be more... I want to make more videos, basically. So I'm streaming more often, cutting it up, making some second channel videos. So if you ever miss a video, I'll... probably put my second channel in the description. I've seen this Auror's Lucario. Let me show you on stream. I prefer the one that I got. It was a debate between... where is this? It was a debate between this one and the one that I got. And I chose that one that I had because I like the pose more. But I'm telling you, all of Lucario's exclusive Japanese cards are so sick. And I want to collect all of them. It's just hard. But that's the sort of thing that when that's what I mean when you should do research. Because I didn't know these cards existed for like the first year of my collecting journey. If I had, I would have made a point to buy these because I think they're cool. Honestly, the fact that Lucario has so many really cool cards is why he's become my second favorite Pokemon, because I enjoy collecting Lucario cards. There's so many interesting ones that I've never seen. Like, I can pull up Bulbapedia and look up Lucario and I'll find like 3 cards I've never seen before. The Pokemon company love Lucario, so they give him a ton of cards. Do I have a day job? No, this is my day job. I've been a full-time YouTuber for 7 years. I was a FIFA YouTuber. That's where I got the plaque in the back. Here. About 500,000 subscribers on my FIFA channel. And then I hated FIFA. I was falling in love with Pokemon. I moved to Pokemon. Your favorites, Buizel, Dusking. We have very similar tastes. You're speaking my language here. I love Buizel. I love all Sinnoh cards. All Sinnoh Pokemon are just my soft spot. Moving on, we have this page. And this is an example of a page that I like, but I want to change it because the cards don't fit together, in my opinion. Like, I have the 3 legendary dogs just because I think the 3 legendary dogs are cool and they need to be together. I have these 2 Charizards because I have the Charizard on this page, and so I feel like they all need to be together. I have the Mew, which I just think is a cool card. It's just put in the middle because I don't know where else to put it. Same with these bottom 3. I love all the cards individually, but I need to figure out a way to put them in my binder that makes more sense. Originally, my plan was to do a legendary dogs page, but I decided I don't actually like the legendary dogs enough to do that. So they just kind of ended up here. Banana Guy, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I want to figure out how I want to do this. I said before that I'm selling my XY Charizard, and the reason is I want to get the connecting Mewtwo for the V-Star, and I want to put them next to each other because I love that Mewtwo card. I was going to pick it up when it was so much cheaper when I first got in the hobby, but I was like, I'm gonna get it later, and now it's like £200 or something like that. So I'm selling off some of my collection in order to fund a bigger card. I'm good, Banana. Hold on to the XY stuff. It's I don't know, hang on 1 second. So I have these 2 cards, and I like them individually, but I don't know what to do with them because I don't love these cards. They look really cool, but would I rather sell these 2 and get the Mewtwo V-Star from Crown Zenith? I think I would. This is like what this stream's kind of about, is figuring out my goals, figuring out what I'm selling in order to fund binder that makes more sense. A whole page of them would look sick. It would. But when you see my when you see my ultimate goal, you're gonna understand why I want to sell some of the cards that are cool. Because the cards that I want are expensive. Like, I'm thinking of shifting my binder from a lot of cards that I like the artwork of that are like very ultra modern to more expensive cards that when you open my binder you're like, wow. You know, like when I open my binder now you're like, oh, that's a really cool page. Like the page looks really nice. I like the artworks, but it doesn't blow your mind. And I want people to, when they open their binders, to be like, that's insane. So also, because I want to make a bit of content about it, I bought this Lucario. It's the Costco exclusive. Has a swirl right here. I bought it to grade, and I'm not sure if it will grade. It does have a scratch somewhere. I'm actually not seeing it right now. I remember I bought this to grade it because it looks super clean in the pictures. And then I took a closer look and I was like, oh, maybe not. But yeah, I might be grading this. We'll see. Coltrez 135. That is cool. Okay, this goes into what I'm talking about. This is when you see the binder page, when we design it together, you're going to understand why I'm selling off the XY. If you like that card, you're going to like my idea for a binder. So stay tuned. Damis, you may have predicted it. Next up, and this is more of the things that I want to be doing in my binder, is I have this. I have all the Mega Attack rares except for the Gengar. I want more complete sets of things that look cool on a page together, because this looks sick. I love the Mega Attack rares. They're my favorite modern cards by far. So I got a page of them. Obviously missing the Gengar. Really annoying that there's 10 Mega Attack rares. I hope they release more or something. I don't know. Imagine a Mega Attack rare Rayquaza. That's what I'm holding up for. Then we have this half done blue and black page. It was more done, but then I lost. I graded my Mewtwo and it got a 9. Still annoyed about that. How would you go about adding the Gengar? I don't know. I think I would move the Charizard onto this page. I think that would be my plan, because it's also black and blue and it's next to the Mega Attack rares. But I do also like that the 3 promos are in the middle and they all suit each other. It's really hard. I don't know. I don't know why they've released 10 of something. Just give me 9. But yeah, I had the Mewtwo 151 promo, the Batman Mewtwo that was on this page. Graded it, it got a 9. I also had this Mewtwo on this page, it was right here. But again, it just doesn't fit with the Ultra Modern stuff. And I don't know if I want to collect Ultra Modern going forward. I feel like Ultra Modern is going to be the first thing that when people get out of the hobby, everyone's going to sell the Ultra Modern and it's going to tank the prices. So I want to ensure myself a bit and the value of my collection. Not the value matters that much to me. It matters enough, but it's an important part. If you're collecting, you have to bear in mind the prices of your collection. Because if things go up in price, you can sell those things and you can get things that you like more. Which is ultimately what this binder is I've been collecting for 2 years. I bought these things for much cheaper than they are now. I can sell these and buy things that I want more and that are more Grail-like. Basically, I'm trying to decide, do I want a binder full of okay pages, or do I want a binder of 5 or 6 pages that are ridiculously sick? And I feel like I'm leaning more towards a binder with 6 pages that are sick than a full binder of pretty cool pages. It's not about the money, but in reality it is. It's not about the money. Collecting is ultimately what I like. Like if these were worth £2 each, I would still find it fun to go look for the cards, put them in a binder and make them look cool. Like that is what I like about collecting Pokemon cards. But also I find fun in buying cards that I think are undervalued or are cool but nobody's looking at them, and then being like, okay, I'm going to pick this card up because I think in the next 5 months people are going to discover it and it's going to like triple in price. I can sell that card and get a new card, which is exactly what I've done with this Charizard. I bought this for £50. There's ones for sale right now on eBay for 120. I can sell this card that I bought for 50 and I can buy a £120 card. You know, I'd move my money into a card that I felt was going to go up in price. I moved money that I specifically put aside to collect, and I can use that card that I invested in to buy something I'm more interested in. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm investing to collect. I feel like the hobby would be much less fun if there wasn't a market there. I know that's like a lot of people don't like that thought. A lot of people don't want to associate money at all with their collection. They want to go to card shows. They want to spend £1,000 on some cool cards, but they're like, the money isn't important. It's always important. If you're putting money into something and Pokemon cards are expensive, you should do it in a way that's responsible, and you should do it in a way that's ultimately going to reap you some reward in the future. So, yeah. And that's the reason why I'm considering completely changing up my binder, is because I want more insurance by buying less if I open a binder Like if I go to someone random at a card shop and they have their binder on them, I'm going to find at least 5 of the cards I have in here. And if they're not as passionate about Pokemon as I am, in a year's time when the hype moves away and the cards aren't as expensive, these cards that everybody has are going to be the first ones that people begin to sell, which brings the price down, meaning I'm not going to be able to get as cool a collection in the future. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Swag Sensei. I enjoy streaming because I get to put my thoughts out there. Like, it's nice. Yeah, I agree. The Pokemon... Exactly what I'm saying. The part that I like about the Pokemon cards is that I like collecting the cool artworks of the Pokemon cards that I like. Like this Noivern, seeing it makes me hype. I bought it at the last card show. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's in a ridiculously cool artwork. That's what I enjoy about the hobby. I like designing a page that it fits in. That's what scratches the itch that I have. But I also know, okay, I bought this Noivern. I bought it when it was going down in price to try and safeguard myself going forward. If I bought it, like a lot of people, they fall for the FOMO. You know, they'll buy the next card that comes out at the biggest price because like, oh, I need that card in my collection. But you need to be smart about what you're buying in the hobby, even if you don't care about the value of Pokemon cards. Moving forward, this is more of what I want my collection to be about. These are very themed pages of Pokemon cards that I love. I have my Dialga, Palkia, Arceus page. And I feel like if I sell off a lot of these modern cards that I do like, and put them into something that is much cooler, in a themed page, that's going to bring me more value. If I have 5 pages of Dialga, Palkia, and Arceus, Darkrai, and Cresselia, like Pokemon cards that I'm passionate about and I like and are rarer, like this level X Dialga is my favorite card in the collection because you don't see it very often. I think it's the best level X card they ever made. It's my favorite legendary Pokemon. It's my favorite card. I prefer this card to what's more expensive than it? I don't know. Like this Mew, for example. I like this Mew, but it's not something that makes me super excited to look at in my binder. I just think, oh, that's a nice artwork. I bought it when it was like £15 and now it's like £80, you know, and that makes me happy. I invested in something, it grew, I saw the potential in the artwork, it went up in value, it makes my everyone's predicting what I'm gonna do. It makes my binder look better, but it doesn't make me as passionate as these level X's. So yeah, this is the I want to get we'll get into it. I'm gonna show you my design for. I'm gonna design the binder with you to show you my process of it going forward. This Darkrai and Cresselia page, I kind of screwed myself over because I didn't buy this legend card, and now a Darkrai set's come out and it's going to be in the celebration set as a reprint. So I'm thinking this is going to explode in price and I don't think I'm ever going to get it. But this is another example of a page that I love. I have this level X Darkrai. Level X's are my favorite type of cards. This is the best Darkrai level X card. I'm happy. This Darkrai is the best Darkrai card there is. Second to one that I haven't got yet that I will be getting in my binder. But I think it's really cool. This is a really cool, like even though this is modern, I think this illustration rate is ridiculously cool. Same with this Palkia here with the artwork. Because it's a cool artwork, but also because it's a Pokemon that I'm passionate about. That is probably the move I'm going to make. Moving forward, we have more pages that just look cool, but they're all ultra modern. These are cards that I've invested in, that I bought when they were lower and they're going up in price. Like, I bought this Victini when it was £6. It immediately shot up to like 15. Now I think it's like 10, but it's still gone up in price a little bit. But then this Deoxys I bought for £30, I think, or less. And it wasn't like, I think the guy just mispriced it. I had it in a buyer POV because it's perfect condition. And now it's shot up in price. It was already higher price than I bought it at a lower price than it was worth back then, but it's gone even further up in price. And this is another card that I think is really cool, to be fair. So, Sword, I think my game plan, move out of Ultra Modern, move into Cool Grails, Sword and Shield. Because Sword and Shield is a little bit more rare than Ultra Modern. And I feel like in a year, you're going to be able to get any Ultra Modern card for a significantly less amount. Because I think the hype will die down, and people are going to be more interested in other things. And the first thing that's going to drop as soon as that happens is Ultra Modern. These cards are a bit random. I just have more of these Sinnoh trio because I like the cards. I have a Turtwig and a Piplup because and Chimchar needs something. It's just a little designed page. I have this Froakian Frogadier because I had an idea that I wanted to do a sequentially graded Ace 10 Froakie, Frogadier and Greninja, but ultimately I don't think that's worth it. We'll see. And then this is more of just an investment page of cards that I like. I love this Zekrom. Doesn't make sense, it's under £10, so I picked up a bunch of copies. I love this Lucario. Doesn't make sense that it's less than £10, so I bought a bunch of copies. This Greninja is like it's way too cheap. I think it's gonna explode in price. It's a gold star. It's Greninja. Doesn't make sense for the price it is, so I bought a copy. And then just more random cards, basically. Just cards that I like, that I don't really know what I'm doing with them. And these are the cards that I'm going to ultimately sell, probably. And that's it, I think. I have some... What are these called again? Prism cards. I had an idea to do the set. I haven't really made any movement with that. I have all the McDonald's promos from when I got into it. Some random EXs. That's it. That's my collection. And yeah, just getting it across. I want to set new goals. I want to, I think, sell off my ultra modern stuff. Anything Scarlet and Violet and later I'm going to sell in order to buy some much cooler things. Let's get into building the binder page. So, I've never used this site before. I don't know how good it is. We're going to find out together. It's something that TikTok came up with. I found on TikTok. They were like, you can design your binder page on this website. Usually I use Canva. I put the binder page, I make a binder page in Canva and then I copy and paste the cards that I want into it. But if this does that for me, then that's much better. You bought the Zekrom because I did. I'm telling you that Zekrom is so sick. It's going to be expensive going forward. The artwork is too sick to not. So we're going to move forward to the second page. And a lot of you have guessed the cards that I want to collect. I thought they would all come up, but I want to collect all the Plasma cards, all the full arts from Plasma. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be an expensive process, but I want to do it. That's my new goal I'm setting for myself. Hang on. Can you see that? Okay. Look how ridiculously cool these are. I think these are the coolest cards I've ever seen. Plasma Deoxys, Plasma Lugia, Plasma... The part that really sells for me is it has some of my favorite Pokemon. We have a Palkia, we have a Giratina, we have Dialga, we have Darkrai. I want to collect all the Plasmas. It's a lofty goal. It's a very scarily lofty goal. But it's one that I think I want to do. Whether I collect all of them, I don't know. I might just collect the 9 that I like the most. But I definitely want at least... Make sure you can see this. The Darkrai. The Dialga. The Palkia. The Giratina. The Deoxys. I at least want these 5 cards. I feel like I should get a whole page if I'm going to do it. The Lugia looks cool, but I don't know if I want the Lugia. The Lugia is expensive. And also, I'm thinking, do I want to collect it in Japanese if it's going to be cheaper? Or is that a cop-out? Chat, which plasma card should I collect? The Articuno. I like Articuno. I think that one makes sense. Can I search by set? Okay. Oh, I can't select specific. I think the Heatran is going to be a pretty cheap one, and Heatran's a pretty cool Pokemon in my opinion, so I'll add that in. The Lugia in real life looks amazing. I know it does. I know the Lugia looks really cool, but I'm just not that big a Lugia fan. And it's going to be the most expensive card on this page, and I don't know. Like, I'd much rather have these 3 than one Lugia. You know what I mean? Do Japanese. But I am safeguarding. My idea is I want to safeguard the value of my collection by investing the ultra modern things, like selling the ultra modern cards in my binder to buy these. Hopefully this doesn't leak anything, but can I look at, yeah. Shout out collector, download them. Yeah. Right now I have £2,250 in my collection. This page alone is a little more than that. But if I can sell £1,000 of my singles and buy £1,000 of my ultra modern, put in the trainer, I could. Trainers would make it easier. If we get 2 trainers, what are the trainers' names? I think there's 2, right? Coltrez? No, Cole. What's his name? Coltress. Colress. Is there another trainer? Gethsemane. That does not come up. It's not plasma. Does Getsis have one? There we go. Easy. Thoughts? Listen, the Lugia is too expensive. It's too. I can't afford a 400. I can't afford to put £455 into a Pokemon that I don't like that much. Like, I'm happy to do Articuno because I like Articuno, and it's not that expensive. Heatran, the card isn't as cool, but it's not as expensive. The Deoxys is apparently very expensive, but the card, like, I like the Pokemon more than Lugia. I know people love Lugia, so. Is your plan near mint or LP? I think I'm going to settle for as long as the front looks good. I'm happy with that. I think. But I'm also very picky. I'm also have like I barely have bought any. Have you passed on the Thunderous or maybe? Oh, that could be a shout, you know, because they kind of go together as well. That looks sick as well. I like that art. Near mint's hard to find. It is, but I feel like that's part of the fun. I like having to search hard to find what I want, but also people price these ridiculously. I feel like Giratina has to be in the middle. And then we swap those two. And then we swap those two. No. I want Darkrai and Deoxys, and then Getsis is cooler than Colress. Switch gear and Deoxys like that. I feel like Giratina's like central, you know? It's like in the center of the card, and then these two are looking at it. Oh, they're both promos. Ah, they're all EXs. That makes sense. You're right. You're right. The Thunderous looks good. Don't know about Tornadus. I agree. The Thunderous looks sick. The Tornadus looks kind of eh. But they're also kind of matching, and they're kind of facing each other, which I like. So I have the 3 X's in the middle. I have Darkrai and Giratina. Thunder. Do we think Trainer's side or middle? Maybe like this? Is Colress just it's been a while since I played Black and White. Is Colress just like the henchman under Getsis? The Silverdale is coming up probably. My problem is what I want to collect right now. I will I might design my dream binder today. That might be a good idea. Like, if I had unlimited money, what would I get? Because I'm telling you, I have so many ideas. You need to swap the Giratina and Deoxys. I do like that the Giratina's in the center, but now I know he's an EX and they're EXs. That kind of makes sense to me. I'm also okay. I'm designing my dream binder. I was gonna design like a realistic what I want to do, but why not? Let's have some fun. So, I've always had this idea for a page. It's something like this. There's 5 Arceus level X's. There are. I think this is the best one and I have this in my collection. I only need 1 level X. Like, I like level X's, but I'm happy just to get the best ones of each. To be fair, that could be a good video. Find all the Arceuses. Or like the connecting Arceuses, I'm assuming you mean. Or do you mean all 5 level X's? Because there's these Arceuses which all are, connect, which I think is cool. Have I considered Genesect? You're all... The thing is... it is really cool. And I do prefer it to the Tornadus. Now, I'm pretty sure that these prices probably aren't right. I think they just took it from TCG Player, which I don't really know much about. XY116 and 83. XY16 for... Okay. I don't like the search on this is terrible. Oh yeah, for sure. I've been wanting to get this one. Prefer Genesect, but the... Ultimately, I want this page to be worth £1,000. A little over's okay. And I think, from what I know, the Palkia is about 200. The Darkrai is about 150. If I can find them, like, okay. The Giratina is probably a bit more expensive. The Dialga I don't think is that expensive. The Deoxys I think is a bit expensive. Top loader binders needed. I will never ever have a top loader binder in my life. Hate top loader binders. No offense. They're too clunky. They're too heavy. I don't like the way they look. I've had this binder for so long. I've graded cards that I've kept in this binder for a year and they've got an ace 10. So I will never get a top loader binder. You should get a binder though at Vortex, and if you do, you should use the code PokeDavs and you get 10% off binders. Ring binder? No, not a ring binder. Let's remove the Genesect. It's really sick. Once I've completed this page, I'll look to try and get it. But I just want to set a goal that I can achieve, and then I can upgrade that. You love top loader binders? That's fair enough. Is your opinion? My opinion is I just don't like them. They're too clunky. They're too heavy. I don't like flicking through them. I feel like you can't see the artworks as good. It's my opinion, though. The BW secret rares. $105. This? The gold ones? I don't think that's for... Maybe? Plasma Blast. The texture? I'd need to look at them in real life. I can't say I'm a big item guy. Have you got another example? They look cool though, to be fair. I like the gold in them. What do we think about something like this? And then we get the... That's overkill. Is it? Blastoise 1. Hang on, let me start a new page. That is kind of cool, you know. I've never seen that before. I thought this was going to be like £100. Try the Michi method? I don't want to. I don't like... The Michi method is cool. But I prefer to design binders based on the card art rather than printing out. When I first... Like, when the Michi method first came out, I was like, I need to get a printer. I need to do this immediately. But I thought about it for a while, and I was like, I feel like it's... And this is wrong. This isn't the way you should think about it. I feel like it feels like a cop-out in my mind in the... Like, this page, for example, I could just get the Dialga, Palkia, Darkrai, and then fill it up. But I'd rather buy a card like Getsis that people don't think about, that is a card that... Like, I could print out a really cool Getsis artwork, you know, and fill up like 2 of these, and then fill up 2 of these, and then have them in the middle, and it would look cool. But to me, when someone opens my page, I want to see Pokemon cards, and it's a wrong opinion because it shouldn't matter. But it just, to me, feels like a cop-out. But you should do what you enjoy, and it looks cool. Like, when I open a page and someone's put a lot of effort into their Michi method binder, I think it looks really cool. It's just not for me. What do you think about this page? Because I've been trying to figure out this page for a while. Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, 3 of my 3 favorite legendaries. I like you guys putting me on Bull. I like the Bull knowledge in this chat right now. Is this what we're talking about? I was like, oh, you put me on Bull knowledge and then you show me a star. What Pokemon is it? Okay, I know what you're talking about. The promo. Yeah. Joel, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm designing my binder. I'm changing up my goals. I want to figure out, because I'm getting a bit burnt out, and I'm like, how do I fix that? I changed my goals, and so that's what we're doing. Yeah, I did think about these. Where is it showing up? Are you seeing it? Am I blind? Oh, I see. I've thought about this when I was designing my Legendary Beast binder page, but I decided not to. It needs to go up one spot so that the up. Isn't that how they match? Are these two next to the Giratina normally? Isn't it like this? Which one is it? Because I don't think they exactly line up, right? I think they just they look. Oh. That's not how it looks either. Is this? To be fair, that looks kind of sick, to be fair. Oh, wait, we're cooking here. Is that cool? That looks cool. I feel like I'm setting myself up to be spending thousands. But that looks so cool. Chat, should we put Arceus middle or Giratina middle? Or leave it like that? I like this because it means I can get rid of the Dialga V because I don't like that artwork. But I think this artwork's sick. We could put something else here. A different level X, but I don't know what it would be. Let me just get rid of this. What do we think about this? Because I have this card already. And it goes next to the Darkrai, or is that not good? Just leave the Palkia. Oh, right, Giratina's in here. But Giratina's level X kind of mid. I don't like Giratina's level X. Or leave the Palkia. This one is more symmetrical, but I like the Palkia artwork more, I think. But that is making me happy looking at it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. I always forget to plug. So, if I do this, I'm basically going to be selling off my entire collection to get these 2 pages, but I think I like that. Switch Arceus with Palkia. Like that. Ah, I like that, Rick. I like that. I like that. Ultimately, my goal is to move out of Ultra Modern into really sick cards. And I feel like this is like, if I can sell my entire collection and get these 2 pages, I think I'm going to be happy with that. It's a big decision though. Lucky J, how you doing? Designing what? I've been burnt out, so I want to set new goals. I want to change in my binder. And so I want to sell all my Ultra Modern to get some cards that I think are cooler. For around £2,000. And I think this is what I want to do. So I'm just trying to design how to do it. I think this could be it, chat. My only thing is, do I keep... So I do have more cards that I... More cards that I like. Like, I like this Darkrai page, right? Am I selling all these as well as my Ultra Modern to afford the new pages? Or am I only selling the Ultra Modern and hoping it's enough? Like, for example, I really want, like, I don't know if I want to complete this Legend, like, Darkrai Cresselia page. The pages we made are so much cooler. And I feel like that half Cresselia have. Yeah, the Lugia is too expensive. I want a plasma page, and I also don't like, I'm not a big Lugia fan, and it'd be by far the most expensive card that I buy for the page, and I'd rather get more of Pokemon that I like more. But the Palkia does have the best artwork, I'm not gonna lie. The Palkia card looks ridiculously cool. Sell Ultra Modern, and if you don't, you can get... I'm just worried because new Darkrai sets out. Not a Lugia fan. I'm not a Lugia fan. Honestly, I've barely played... Like, I played Gen 1, and then I've played Gen 4 and past that. I have not touched Gen 2 or Gen 3. Barely. Like, I want to... I know. Once I was at a card show, and there was like some podcast people. I haven't played Soul. I have the game. I have Soul Silver, but I was like, I don't remember ever playing this game. And then I went on my DS and I put it in. I hadn't got past the first gym. I own the game, but I haven't played Soul Silver. I don't want an N card. Does N have a plasma card? Because N would be cool, to be fair. What's the... But yeah, I had a podcast come up to me once and they asked me a question about Gen 3. And it was a really obvious thing, and it was just like, what are the... Oh, I can't remember what. It was so embarrassing. They didn't put it up, thankfully, because I stood there for like 3 minutes, went bright red because they asked me a question about Gen 3 that was super easy, and I had no idea what the answer was. It was so embarrassing. N is the hardest card to look up. How do I... He has a card in the set. My first game, so I've played Gen 1, but I went back and played Gen 1. I was born in 99, so my first game was Sinnoh, and then I played everything past that. At some point, I got Soul Silver and stuff, but I just didn't play it. N105. A. Yeah, I like N, but he doesn't fit this page. It's not a very plasma-y card. But I want to. On stream, I'm going to play all of Emerald before Delta Ray. What's it called? The new Rayquaza set comes out. I'm going to play all of Emerald on stream. I feel like this guy should be looking in, and Ghetsis could be looking out, but Ghetsis is also cooler, so I feel like it makes sense he goes first. With the Plasma Legendary Birds, I don't think there's all the Legendary Birds don't have Plasma cards. But I do also love the Plasma EXs. I was gonna make a page of these when I decided actually. Like, look how do I just look at Plasma EX? I just looked that up. The site I'm using, by the way, is Collector. And if you go to Collector, sign up and follow me over at Dav's Pokemon, you can see my entire collection and what it's worth and everything. Highly recommend Collector. So, like, the legendary birds, just standard EXs, are really sick. They look really cool. There's the Lugia. There's a Dialga and Palkia. Like, I was considering making this page. They're all worth around £20, but they are the coolest, like, half EXs. Like, you know what I mean? They're sick. I ever thought about getting a Prime page? I don't like Prime cards that much. I also don't like most of the Prime Pokemon that much. Like, they're all... Like, I like Houndoom. Gengar's okay to me. Mew would be cool. With EX Infernape? I wish he had one of the cooler EXs. They do Infernape so dirty and everything. He has no good cards. It really makes me sad. I've had to become a Lucario collector because there's just no good Infernape cards. Anyway, back to the binder. So I think my goal, I'm gonna sell all my Ultra Modern except for Sword, like everything Scarlet and Violet and further. I'm gonna sell. It's just gonna be painful, but it's all to make this page, and I think it's worth it. It's so hard to let go of things. It's something you have to do in this hobby, but it's so hard to sell things. I'm also selling it at the worst time because I've just all dropped in price. Yeah, I'm happy with that decision. Thank you, chat, for helping me. I do just want to level up my collection. I have a ton of cards that I like, and I want to just turn it into 2 pages that I think are sick. Best part about Modern is you better... It's true, but honestly, I do have some sentimental value. Because these are the cards that like got me into collecting, you know? Like, it is going to be hard to let go of a lot of these cards. Ninetales, for example. I love this artwork. I'm going to be selling it. Legendary Beasts, they're going to be gone. I'm probably going to keep the 3 Charizard promos. Everything on this page is going. I'm gonna keep all these. My first page, I like that. I'm gonna keep. I feel like I'm keeping everything. I'm gonna sell this page. You know, the one that's gonna be painful. Hang on. I just got some inspiration. Doesn't look as cool as it would. 12 pocket? No. No. I feel like the 9x9 is cleaner. It is galactic instead of plasma, but I like galactic more. Okay, sorry guys. Didn't mean to offend. I apologize. I just like plasma. I'm a Sinnoh guy. I'm trying to make everything Sinnoh. No, I feel like Getsis has to be on this page, and so Goltriz also has to be on this page. So I think this is about 2.5k, I would guess. This card alone is about 500. These three, this is more than 2k. This is a lot more than 2k. I'm gonna have to sell off my binder to get this card. The tag team has to go. Yeah. True. But it's kind of the focal point of the page, you know? I do have the cheaper version. And it does look cool. But it is expensive. Oh, not that one. Like that looks, honestly, I don't know if I might prefer that. It looks more like the level X artworks. Like the actual art. Like the Palkias look similar, you know? The Dialgas look similar. I think I actually prefer that. And it's £500 cheaper. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Go cool, Damis. Hey chat, what is... The tag team is really cool. The only card I would change is the new Mega Darkrai card. I know what you mean. But I don't, like, they don't actually go together. You know, the gold cards actually go together. Like, if I'm being spoiled, I'd honestly want a separate Darkrai page. Because Darkrai is my favorite, like, top 3. I think is really sick. And I feel like not many people have Darkrai cards. And we really are going crazy here. Like, I couldn't afford all these 3 pages, but this is the kind of, like, if I'm designing my dream binder, this is like the next page I would have. And then I'd have like the Cresselia. Level X and illustration where they're in there. Something like that. As a Darkrai theme page. In the middle of the right page, put Zekrom 1. Why Zekrom? Just here? No, you're all good. You're all good. I actually kind of want to see this because I do like. I have a plasma page next to it. 114. The Black Tower one. Like that. The gold. I get what you mean now. The gold goes. Okay, I get it. If I was to get like a different kind, if it wasn't tag team, there's only one in my mind. I can't even look at that page because I want it so badly. I do think that the one you suggested, would look better in real life with all the texture. The gold would look better altogether. God, I would kill for... Oh, the Silver Dialga looks so cool. Yeah, the tag team does... The tag team suits it better. I don't know. I know that they are technically like they're by the same artist and stuff. A good bind that I can fit semi-rigids in. I wouldn't put semi-rigids in your binder, to be honest. Yeah, I got it. Darkrai. But I don't think they do go together. You know? Yeah, JPL, get a top loader binder. I'm sponsored by them. I have a code, but I do recommend Volt X. They're the best binders in my opinion. You can use my code PokeDavs and get 10% off your first binder. Get a top loader binder if you want protection, but I prefer just a standard binder, no top loader. Again, I'm sponsored by Voltex, but they're genuinely the best one. I got a code with them because I think they're the best one. These are the pages. Do we like this page, or am I just Darkrai obsessed? Like, if I'd feel like if I open to these two pages, you'd be like, that is so insane. But if I open to this page, you'd be like, okay, nice. You know? Okay, I'm gonna sell my Cresselia. I've decided. Cresselia is gone. The BW Full Art, like, I don't like that you can't search by numbers in this website. How is this stream only on 20 viewers? It's my second stream. I think it's pretty good. I'm assuming you mean that, like, oh, you should have so many more viewers, so I appreciate that. To be honest, it's hard. I feel like I should just do this. Sorry, Mega Darkrai. Like, just take my 3 favorite Darkrai cards. And then put 3 something else here. I'm gonna keep these 3 Charizards because I think they are too cheap right now and I wouldn't want to sell them until they hit a certain price in my mind. 3 doubles, yeah. Dark Explorers, yeah, but you can't search by set here. Let me... Cheap Galar page. The thing is, I want to do that, and that's something that I would have done. Like, I had a plan to make a Galar page, because I do like Sword and Shield a lot. But I do want to move away from the cheaper stuff. Like, in my mind, I've always had an idea of something like Hops Wooloo, which I think is a really nice looking card. And then Station. Sword and Shield probably is in my top 3 gens. Not probably, it is. Top 3 gens for me. So I do want, like, I have a lot of Sinnoh representation. Is it top 2? It's not top 2. What would 2 be for me? Sword and Shield isn't underrated? Do you mean that as in you don't like it? Or as in it's everyone thinks it's good? Because I don't think everyone thinks it's good. This site is called PokemonBinder.com. PKMNBINDR. So remove the vowels except for I in Binder. And then... not Xerneas. What's the big guy? Big Sword and Shield guy. The multiverse thing. What's that called? Eternatus. Yeah, there we go. Look how cool this card is right here. Damn. Underrated card. What else happened in Sword and Shield? The starters. The only thing I can say about Sword and Shield starters are terrible. Worst starters by far. Hops Wooloo at the bottom. I feel like it's nice here. I don't know. I don't know what else to put here though. I already designed the whole Sword and Shield page that I was going to do. I just can't remember what I did. You like Scorbunny? I don't like Scorbunny. What's the one before Scorbunny? Who got a card recently? What's my next show? My next show is Collectorverse. I have a link in my description right now that says Collectorverse. You can use my link to get tickets. And I'm not saying this because I have a link. I asked for a link because I think it's the best show of the year for me. The venue's ridiculously cool. It's really spacious. They have really good vendors. What's the video idea? I don't know if I want. It's really good. It's really good. Okay, no, you're right. Scorbunny is sick. Scorbunny, and then the one after it, sick. Cinderace is a bad design. They could have done so much. Like, Scorbunny turns into what? Raboot, Ninja Bunny. That could have ended up being a peak Pokemon. Did I just drop? Okay. Like, if you look at this card and what they could have done next, it could have been like crazy, and then they did this. They should have continued. Like, it looks like a. Am I a fan of the On the Ball cards? I am. I went to pick them up before the World Cup, changed my mind, and now I really regret it. Yeah, exactly. I like Scorbunny and I like Raboot, and then they finished badly. To me, Raboot looks like a ninja. Like, this design right here is peak. Like, this is probably arguably my favorite middle evolution. And then they went with Cinderace and it just looks bad. Like, this has the same feeling to me as Riolu does, you know? But then they stuck the landing with Lucario. They did not stick the landing with Cinderace. Yeah, there is. But again, like, I get that they were going for football, but this design doesn't say football to me at all. This says ninja. And if they got it on ninja, Ninja Rabbit, give it, I don't know. I'm not an artist, but there's a world where they stuck the landing and this is the best starter. Collect the futsal promos? No. I was really thinking about it before the World Cup. I felt like that's gonna do well. But I was like, I actually don't like how the cards look that much. I'm gonna get off this because these arts are getting weird, but yeah. I'm pretty sure they did go up because of the World Cup. Pikachu on the ball. Yeah. Wait, did they? When's this? April? I think this is when people thought, okay, the World Cup's coming, and then since then it's kind of just had a bit of a ride. If you want to collect football cards, because I really had a deep think. I had a long research session of whether I should do a football page. What? There's a Pokemon Center box promo. I'm just putting in these words. It's one of these. Which one was it? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? What are those called? The Pokemon Center Japan boxes. I don't know how to look this up. Which one was it? This is gonna. It's, you know, in Japan they have Pokemon centers in different cities. One of the cities, there's a card that you could get in a box that comes from that Pokemon center. It has a shiny Gyarados in it, and then it also has Pikachu with a football, which I think is really cool. I don't want to. This is gonna really annoy me. Is it that? No. But let me. It might come up if I just look here. Yes. This, look, if you like football, okay, it's Scorbunny playing football in the background with a Pikachu and shiny Gyarados, and then there's a football here. I think this is the best football Pokemon card. I did like a lot of research because I was like, I like football a lot. Do I want to make a card? Yeah, this is a good one, and it's been stagnant for a long time. I was thinking of making a play on it before the World Cup because it would go up in price because there's a football on it. I guess I'm glad I didn't do that, but really cool design, really cool artwork. Chat, put some ball knowledge in the chat. I'm always want to learn about cards that I haven't seen before. Let me know some cards that I should look up. Like, this is my ball knowledge pick. This is the one that I'm going to pick up next. I don't know why it says £37. This is a £100 card. This is the best Lucario card. I'm going to add it to my binder as soon as I find it. This is probably my favorite Pokemon card right now. Like, it always changes for me. I think this looks ridiculously cool. Put me on ball knowledge. What's a card that I should look up that you feel like nobody knows about? Or just you think is criminally underrated? What I like to do is I like to just go to Bulbapedia Luxray cards. And then you can see every card he's ever been in. You can just go through the list. And more popular Pokemon have a lot of M. Sachiko. What? EX. I feel like this is a troll. Okay, what on earth is that? What are we doing here? That is Nightmare Fuel. Who is this woman? Oh, thought I was showing it. Jump scare warning. What am I looking at here? Why does she have like the mega writing? Galaxy voice. I've seen the real life Giovanni guy as well with like the Meowth. I've seen that at a card show a few times. Tube Cat, that is a good one. I did know Katy Perry and Post Malone have a card. I did deep research into this. I have the Chimchar on saved for eBay. I went through a phase of I went through a very Japanese exclusive phase, and I was like, I need these. Ball knowledge. They also have Dialga, Palkia, Darkrai. Sick. As a Sinnoh fan, they've got a lot of Sinnoh fans in here. I don't know if that's just because I'm a big Sinnoh fan and I created that audience, but yeah, this is sick. Like when I was going through that phase, that's when I bought this Infernape, which I feel is the best Infernape card there is. There's an English version of it, but it has gold borders and it doesn't have a holo. This has a holo pattern and silver borders. Really cool. Then there's this one, which isn't an exclusive, but it just looks so much better than the English one. Also has a holo. Not much of a holo. Yeah. I think this is really cool. And then I also picked up this Lucario. This card does have a swirl. Sadly, it's right here. But another really cool card. I went through a phase where I was like, okay, I just want to get every single Japanese exclusive of my favorite Pokemon. Do I prefer silver or yellow? Definitely silver. Which I thought was a popular opinion, but I think I'm wrong. I think a lot of people don't like yellow borders. Silver borders. Like I voted on a poll recently about it, and I was in the minority. If this Mew had silver borders, imagine how cool this page would be. But the yellow borders make it stand out. And then the dark right here, yellow borders. Just don't like it. I feel like it ruins, it tones down the artwork to me. Have all the aces sold? I sold the sequential sequential Kanto starters for 300. I still have everything else. They are up for sale on my Vinted right now. I have the Team Rockets Meowth, I have a Clefairy, and I have the Mewtwo in a 9 up for sale. Get the Japanese and sell the English Mew. How much for an autograph? I mean, I don't sell autographs. If you wanna, I tend to list. I don't know if I just leaked stuff. I tend to list a lot of cheaper cards on my Vinted. So if you just buy one of those and say you want it signed, that's been done before. I can do that. I was gonna look something up here. V-Star Universe, thank you. In person, that's free. I don't sell autographs. You could. £1,000 for signature. Lucky, I've heard that's that. I've heard that's what you do. Which I respect that. You know. If you want a Lucky J signed, Trico. Heard it triples the value on eBay. Do I sell AGS graded 10 autos? Like, I can't tell if this is a joke, Davis. Do I sell other people's? Okay, okay. Clocked in now, Jason Page. I actually, yeah. That's me. I go to card shows. I go to vendors and say, listen, I'm going to sign this Infernape you have. Trade me. That's how I'm going to get the entire plasma set, actually. Go to vendors, sign their cards. Say, okay, I'll give you that for the plasma Palkia. Easy money. Easy collection right there. Look, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. You don't get anything free in this world. If you're going to come up to me at a card show and ask me to sign a card, I'm not going to give you it back. I'm going to keep that card. Chikorita LP005. That's cool. I'm not a Chikorita fan, but if I was, it'd be cool. Darkrai XY-P. That is cool. As a Darkrai fan, that is cool. I am a sucker for a Cosmo Holo, though, I have to say. Do I plan to stick to English or Japanese? I like to stick to English because I like to be able to sell the cards that I have. And I've owned Japanese cards before, and it takes way longer to find a buyer for Japanese cards than it does for English. So even if you're collecting not for money at all, I think it's smarter to figure it. You need to figure out a way to get out of the cards that you don't want anymore. And I've found that when I've owned Japanese cards and tried to sell them, I can't sell them. But it might be different for things like the Japanese exclusives. I haven't tried to sell a Japanese exclusive, but I feel like for example, the Mewing Crown Zenith would take longer to sell than the English version. The V-Star Universe Mew. So, TubeCat, the Chikorita you bought, for example, you think you could get out of that quickly? Or do you think that'd be a harder thing to sell? Genuinely, from my knowledge. But for your own collection, you get 2 cards for 1. Completely understand that. And I completely understand why people would buy Korean cards for, you know, half the price. Or whatever else. Like, I understand the thought behind, I'm not going to sell any of these cards, so I don't care. I just think it's smart to think a little ahead. You know, things happen. You could crash your car. You need some bills paid. You have to get out of your Pokemon cards quickly. So I like to collect things that I know. If an emergency happens and I have £2,000 worth of Pokemon cards in this binder, I don't want to have to wait for, you know, 2 months to be able to sell something. You know what I mean? Friends in Alola. Nice. I like the artwork. I like the fireworks. I bet it looks even better in person as well. Is it textured or no? I really wanted to get the Friends, obviously. I'm such a Sinnoh fanboy. The Friends of Sinnoh. I wanted to get this card for a while. I did not see that one there. £74,000. Right. Is that what? How much does this actually sell for? I can see that the graded version is selling for 2,900. Is it actually that expensive? It's not, right? Okay, the Armored Mewtwo. Yeah, I like this one. I prefer the Japanese version because of the silver. Why? What is this? Oh. Wow, I didn't know that was the thing. Nice. Okay. Armored Mewtwo, I like it. I like the card. Again, prefer the Japanese version because of the silver borders. But really nice artwork. I love that it doesn't look like a Pokemon card. For some reason, I love when cards don't look like Pokemon cards. So I like this card art a lot. It looks nothing like any other Pokemon card, so I like this. Volcanion EX115. Damn. I like the new Armorage. I love the new Armorage. This is actually so cool. I've never taken a close look at this, but this is sick. Is it £30 or is that collector being a bit weird? I want to say, collector are incredible. I love collector. They allow me to do what I do. But don't go to collector for prices. Collector. Are there other popular Pokemon? Okay, I've seen these. I haven't seen the Volcanion. I've seen this Gardevoir before. Oh, you're making things... If there were cooler... If there were Pokemon that I liked more... Can you give me... Do you have the full set? That I can quickly find? What era is this? XY, right? Oh, that does look cool. To be honest, okay, if I was to collect these, I would probably get these four. I'm not a fan of... Oh, what's going on? I'm not a fan of Gardevoir. I'm not... Shaman's okay. Dude, this is a really cool artwork. I would get the Mewtwo with the Haxorus, because Haxorus is sick. I have seen all these, by the way. This isn't... I hadn't seen the Volcanion before. I hadn't seen that one, like, closely. I have seen all these. I've thought about this as well. Mewtwo I would get for sure with the Haxorus. Gyarados, obviously, with the Greninja. That's really cool. Alakazam I would get. Silver Dialga is one of my favorite cards. These are really sick. But I prefer the Plasma. Rampage, how you doing? We're looking up some Bull Knowledge Pokemon cards. If you have any cards that you feel like people don't know about that are really cool, let me know. For sure. A nice alternative. Rich, ask anything. Go for it. This is nice. I do like XY full arts a lot. My problem is that I like so many cards. And there's so many goals in Pokemon that you can connect. It's hard to choose one. Dragonite is top 3 for you? That's fair. I like Dragonite. He's not top 10 for me, but it's a cool Dragonite. I like this card as well. I do like it. I prefer the XY one though. Yeah. It's a cool artwork. It's just, I think Volcanion isn't that cool, the Pokemon, and also why are his eyes like that? But I do understand what you mean. I do like all the XY promos did a crazy good job. All of these are really cool and they're all really cheap as well. Like the fact you can get Palkia, Zekrom, Dialga, Latias, Latios, Kyurem, White Kyurem, Regigigas, Arceus, Reshiram, all for about how much? What's the most expensive one? Honestly, not that much. You can get all these for like, hang on, 300, 400 pounds. It's crazy. Thank you for letting me know. Why is this not working? Go back. The Iron Hands. Sorry, I keep meaning to look up. Iron Hands. It's this one right here. This artwork, fair, really, really sick. If it wasn't Iron Hands, then yeah. Has this artist done anything else? Yasukuni. Mega Dragalge. Nice card. That's what I've done. And a bunch of small cards, wait. What's that end tail look like? Okay. SM192. Always love a Lucario card. This Lucario looks really cool. I just wish it wasn't with Melmetal. Because Melmetal is not a good Pokemon. Do you have to pay extra if it gets a high grade like PSA do, or would you keep it in your personal collection? So, for me personally, I would keep the Darkrai because I'm a Darkrai fan. Yeah, Ace has no upcharges. If you grade with Ace, you're gonna have to pay a flat fee of about probably £23. I don't want to leak my address, but let me see if it does. I'll kind of show you how it works. I do have a code with Ace, but if you're going to, like, it depends what you want to do. Let me just not leak this. Like, what are your collecting goals, ultimately? Like, is this Darkrai card something that you want in your collection? Like, if you hadn't have packed it, is it something that you would keep? Do you want to collect graded cards? Do you want to collect do you want to put it in a binder? Like, what is it that you want to get out of it? So as you can see, if you grade with Ace, you're going to pay £18 for the grade, and then you have to pay £3 for, like, the label that they give it. So you're going to end up paying £21 to grade it, and that's the only charge there is. You can use code DAVS as well. You get 5% off. So it's a little cheaper than that. And shipping as well. Good point. But that is the only charge you're going to pay for Ace. But are you looking to quickly sell it? Do you want to add this to your collection? Do you want to add value to it? You're working on a Pokedex binder, so I'm getting a card for all the Pokemon and Megas, but I'm not personally bothered about having the big pulls. If I was in your position, I would sell it and buy cards that you want more. If you grade it with Ace, you're going to add more value, but it's a little harder to sell. You could let me look up for you how much it goes for. Do it on my phone because my eBay freezes on the laptop. Yeah, honestly, if they say it's not gonna 10, it's probably not gonna 10. So I would go to a card show like Lucky J says, sell it, get however much it's worth. If you get it in a 10, it's gonna add value, but it's also gonna take time. There's the risk that it doesn't 10. And even if it does 10, you are going to get some money, but it's going to take a month to get back to you at least with Ace. And by that time, the Darkrai would have gone down in price. If I was in your position, I would sell it and get the card that you want to get. Like, sell it at a card show to a vendor, get at least 80% out of it. 80%. Go in with the value that you want to get. Look it up on eBay. Look at the last sold of the Darkrai before you go to the show. find the price, go to a vendor, say, I have this card, I pulled it, I want to get 80% at least. You could sell it yourself, you don't have to. It's easier to go to a card show. It's less hassle. Get some cash at the card show at the beginning, you're going to get 80%, you have a good amount of money to go around the show buying the cards that you actually want to get. So I agree with Lucky J, do that. If you end up grading with Ace though, vendors will usually take advantage of. They don't. There are some bad Apple vendors. For the majority of vendors, they like the hobby. They want to help people. So go to a card show. Think about what price you want to get for it. Don't budge from that price. You're gonna get a lot of lower offers, but ultimately, yeah. I have a video on selling at a card show. It's called I Went to a Card Show with $0. If you want to watch that, that might be helpful. Exactly, that's genuinely how you do it though, Damis. Like, if you... Vendors will be like, I will pay this much. You can go around the whole show, offer it to every vendor. Someone's going to be close to your valuation. You sell it to that guy. Don't just sell it to the first person you see. Okay, back to ball knowledge. RC22. Okay, I think I mistook you. Very cool card. Very, very cool card. I love this card. This card makes me like Reshiram more than I do. And that's how I know a card art is good. Is when it gives me a new perspective on a Pokemon. This is one of the best artworks in the hobby, in my opinion. I would never buy it because I don't like Reshiram enough. But it's really, really cool. Makeup artist. Oh, God. We're getting into cursed. Lucky Joe, what are we doing here? What the hell? Wait, what the hell just happened? Okay, for some reason, my chat is auto-translating and it translated Grimer to makeup artist. Okay. I thought it was going to be one of those, like, cursed cards where, like, it's a random woman with, like... Okay, that makes more sense. Honestly, though, we're sticking with the cursed cards here, Lucky J. I don't know why you're getting me to look up this one. You may as well have told me to look up the Moo Moo Milk one. Whatever it's called. Yeah, I like these cards. Probably shouldn't say look up with that on the screen. Very, very fair. Yeah, I like the Imakuni cards. Again, would never add this to my collection, but what were Pokemon thinking? What is this? What is this little guy? Okay. I don't like this card, to be honest. Do I? It's growing on me the more I look at it. It looks very, like, low graphics. You know what I mean? It looks like a really old Mew, a really old Pokemon game that's 3D and Mew shows up. If you remember correctly, the guy sold the PC ETB. Yes, they pulled the Zard. Yes. And I have not sold a PC ETB ever since. I rip every single one that I get. This Mew, this is a nice card. My favorite Mew is still the Crown Zenith card. You've never seen the Moo Moo Milk before? It's Sentret drinking out of a... I don't even know what this is. It's one of the cards that got banned in English. Like the Grimer card. That was banned in English, right? They changed it. It's like the Misty card as well. Always rip, never see. Yeah, I've learned that. It's like this one. BW43. Okay. It is weird looking. I don't know if it's just because the render they've used is bad. Does it come with matching Thunderous and stuff like they usually do? What was my FIFA channel? Davskill. DAVZSKILL. I have to say I love the modern ones that came as promos, so they're all cheap. These, yeah, I feel like they're bad version of this. Like, I feel like they literally were like, okay, we made these, and they will look a bit weird with their mustaches, like the Pikachu stuff. So I went through a phase of thinking I wanted to make a football page. Before the World Cup, I was like, I think they're going to go up in price, so I want to collect them all now. The On The Ball, I like them. They're okay. My favorite one is the... this is the best football Pokemon card, in my opinion. Is the Hiroshima's Pikachu. It was an exclusive from Hiroshima Pokemon Center. It has shiny Gyarados, Pikachu, and then a little Scorbunny playing football. That's the best football Pokemon card, in my opinion. Do I play chess? I don't play chess. I do not play chess. Snorlax 158. Yeah, cute card. I've seen this one before. Cute. I like that one. Let me see. Greninja from Unbroken Bond. Yeah, that's a good one. I've seen that one. With the Charizard cameo. I almost bought a collection with this in. The guy collected Greninjas, and I was like, okay, I want to get this. So it's Greninja, and it's from the angle of Charizard looking down, so you have the shadow of Charizard around Greninja. Really interesting card. There's another one that I remember. There's like a Japanese Pokemon Center something. It's to do with the evolutions that I saw. Someone showed it to me and it's really cool. And it's one I've never seen before. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm not seeing it. Ah, here it is. Look how cool this card is. I can find a good image of it. Look at that. If you like evolutions, you have to get this card. I think it's really expensive though, to be honest. It annoys me there's a gap on the right. Yeah, perfect for a thingy. The one that's missing that I'm blanking on the name of. Oh. Sylveon. There you go. Stove on, exactly. Look at you. What else is there? Can someone like update me on there's the weird like Giovanni one? Do you know what I'm talking about? With a real guy in it. Was it Giovanni? Is it meant to be like real life Giovanni? Am I making this up now? I can't find it anywhere. Giovanni has so many cool cards, so I'm looking at it. There isn't going to be another one. Is that confirmed? I can see them doing another one. Wind and Waves. I can't find this card anywhere now. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Right, I think this was.
Pokemon cards with real-life people. Imakuni is featured on 13 different promo cards, many of which he illustrated himself. And he's known as an eccentric musician who has worked closely with the Pokemon Company, and his sister became Pokemon's real-life mascot in Japan. Tsunekazu Ishihara is the CEO and president of the Pokemon Company, and was given his own special card for his 60th birthday called Ishihara GX. And for whatever
Giovanni Scheme. No. I think I'm making... I feel like it might not have been Giovanni. I think there's like a Snubble in it, maybe?
the card's officially classified as an Ultra Beast, which honestly makes sense when you think about it because he's from our dimension, not the Pokemon world after all. The program.
It's similar to this one. Wait, not this one.
Sachiko Kabayashi was given a Pokemon card for...
It's similar to this one. It's just got a guy in it.
Card of various competitors.
The Detective Pikachu? Is it? Is it a new card? Yes, this guy. Okay, it was for Detective Pikachu. Okay, I haven't watched Detective Pikachu. Okay. Is there one similar to this as like Giovanni? For some reason, I feel like I've seen a card with like a guy that's meant to be Giovanni, but I could be dreaming this completely. Garchomp level X exclusive? Oh. You're talking my language here. OG Team Rocket suitcase. Team Rocket suitcase cards. Original. No, that is a really cool Giovanni, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. Let's get more energy. No, I think I must be making it up. But Giovanni has so many cool cards. The one you said, the Giovanni from the suitcase, is ridiculous. Wait. What's this card called? That is ridiculously cool. £3,000 in a raw copy. Giovanni's a cool character, that's true. And has a lot of cool cards as well, and he's just a cool character. It's more like 10k. I'm not surprised. And then there's the Jesse and James one that came in it as well, right? XY278. Yeah, so cool. If you're a big fan of Team Rocket, you got so many grails you can fight for. Like, I want to make a Team Rocket page just because the cards are so cool. Yeah, this is an underrated one as well. Is it this one? Jesse and James from Hidden Fates, yeah. I think they're gonna, and a lot of people are really upset there was no Jesse and James card in Destined Rivals, but they've just trademarked another like Team Rocket name, and I think they're gonna give people what they expected from Destined Rivals in that, with like a Jesse and James card and stuff. Nintendo, Pokemon just know what they're doing. I keep saying Nintendo. Pokemon Team Rocket copyright. Are you perhaps with Team Rocket? Is a new set that's coming soon. Soonish, you know, like next year. Yeah, Call of Legend cards are all so cool. Oh, there's so many like things I want to do in Pokemon. There's so many cards I want to collect. To get the Dialga, Palkia. Yeah, these cards are going to go big soon. They already are big, but you know what I mean. You think the Suicune's the best one? The Prime cards? I don't like the Prime cards. Controversial take, I know. They just feel a bit lazy to me. That's automatically I see a scissor one, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I just don't like them that much. Like, it's just a close-up of their face. I don't think they look that cool in a binder page. Like, it's interesting, it's unique, but I just don't like them. Breaks? I love breaks, honestly. I think these look really cool. Is there a Lux frame? I'm making that up. I might be making that up. No, I'm not. I'd like this in my collection. They're a bit weird. Search your break into Google. I like you didn't see that. Nobody else mentioned that, Davis. There's a Greninja one. What do they look like in a binder? Break card binder page. Do they have a different name? Gold break cards. I guess we'll never know. I guess no one's put them in a binder altogether. Ah, here it is. So that looks cool. That's unique. I've never seen someone with a break binder page. If someone opened their binder and showed me that, I'd be like, that's a cool page. There's a Lugia, there's a Ho-Oh. I get the Arcanine and the Luxray. This is what I mean by a lot of people like, you know, people are annoyed because the price of Pokemon cards are crazy. But if you do your research and you find some interesting cards that no one's looking at, it's still so much fun to collect Pokemon cards. Like, you could get this page. The Lugia is probably a bit more expensive, but it's not going to cost you that much. Like, all these Heart Gold, Soul Silver promos are pretty cheap. You get the Entei, the Raikou, the Suicune, Latias, Latios. Davis, I hate it so much. I don't know why so many people in this hobby use AI logos. It's so annoying. It's so easy. Literally. Why isn't it showing up? Why is this not showing up? Hello? Okay. I'm so confused. Open Paint. Genuinely, I'd rather this. Open Paint. This is taking... How do I make this bigger? This is not proving my point. Open whatever this app is. I'm ready for this art piece. I'm using a trackpad just so everyone knows. I'm cooking here. Mate. Pay me to make your logos. I would much rather I go on TikTok and I see a creator with this as their logo than an AI thumbnail. If I walk past someone at a card show and they had a hand-drawn paint in logo, I would buy from them. Why? It's so easy. Or you can just do this, which is what I did. Save that. Add it, make it your logo. Wait, I actually used this one. No, I used this exact one. That's my logo. You didn't like it? Where is the camera? Okay. Where's Camerupt in this? I'm offended. Look, you've hurt my feelings here. Huh. Hang on. Am I going to Collectiverse? I am going to Collectiverse. super excited for it. What color are Infernape's ears? I am also going to London Card Show, yeah. Well, not confirmed yet, but they approached me. I responded. Haven't got confirmation yet, but I should be going. I think this is sick. The text ruins it, really? No. Adds to it. In bubble writing? Okay. I see what you mean now. How do I delete things on this app? Hang on. Damis, what's your favorite Pokemon? Give it. You did that on purpose. Damis, I got you a new logo. Don't worry about it. This is for free. If anyone else needs a logo, let me know. Lucky J, you want a Trico? I got you. We got Cook in here. Smaller wings? Okay, Adam, you got free logo here. I expect you to use it. Just bear with it a second. looks a bit weird. It looks way more phallic than it's meant to look, but man, this is actually sick. I have a future in this, I think. We're not done. We're still cooking. Bam! Adam, I'm saving this for you. You're welcome. Trico. I don't know which part his mouth is. I'm cooking so hard right now. Did I do the circle because I don't want to draw his whole body? Maybe. Or maybe it was an artistic choice. Hang on. I want to keep saying this. Trackpad. Did I cook or did I cook? I'll get it sent over to you, Lucky J. I expect your logo to have changed by tonight. And I want full credit in your description. Or I will sue you. And that's what I mean. All people have to do is this. If I walk past a vendor and they had this as their logo, I would buy them out. I'd first ask them what artist designed that, and then I'd buy everything. Change all your thumbnails. Wait, I got you. Does Q have two E's? There you go. Classic Lucky J thumbnail. Does cute have an E at the end? How do you spell cute? Cute. Oh, how would I ever get that? Saving it for your next thumbnail, don't worry, look at you. Got you. Snorlax with a banana. How does this work? Something like that. What colour is Snorlax? Snorlax. I'm having a great time, I have to say. It's banana guy. I didn't want to spell banana. There you go. We're saving the Pokemon community one paint drawn logo at a time. It's more of a greenish blue, I guess. If you want to be pinickety, not that. Not that. Trico, memory. No, Trico not memory. Giratina not memory. Infernape. No. Trico memory. Giratina memory. Snorlax not memory. What's wrong with me? Trico, I got a picture up. Giratina, I got a picture up. Snorlax and Infernape were from memory. And I cooked hard. That's perfect. Well, good stream, lads. I've been live for 3 hours. Going to be live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from now on. Just messing about, talking about random stuff. Sometimes there's going to be segments. I'm going to be playing Pokemon Emerald. Because I've never played it, and the new Rayquaza set's coming soon. Banana Guy, you're so welcome. That genuinely so good. Absolutely, yeah. I'm trying to save the Pokemon community one hand-drawn image at a time to get rid of the AI. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.